As much as it pains me to say this, Franco Colapinto had yet another rough day at the track in 2025 for Alpine. So let's start at the beginning of the year and get where we are now, in simple terms. So at the beginning of the year, Franco Colapinto joined Alpine as a test and reserve driver, and they spent $20 million just to have him loaned over from Williams for 2 years. $20 million. That is a lot of money for a reserve driver. That's more money than, I would say, half the grid. And that right there is a very big deal. And we all knew that he was going to be in the car at some point in time, and either Pierre Gasly or Jack Doohan had to perform, because the one that didn't perform got the boot. And after the Miami Grand Prix, Oliver Oaks and Flavio Briatore had a very big outburst. They didn't agree. Briatore, who does have the power leverage, decided to put in Franco. Oaks left, and they moved on. They go to Imola. Franco bended in qualifying, and he started 16th. He finished 16th, so a squared result there. Go to Monaco, qualifies 20th and finishes 13th, and he outdoes his teammate there, Gasly, who was involved in a wreck. So he wins a head-to-head battle there. Spain qualifies 19th. He did have a mechanical problem, which didn't allow him to have a second run in Q1, which I believe he was going to qualify good enough to make it into Q2. But he finished the race 15th, and then he moved on to the Canadian Grand Prix, which I believe is Franco's brightest spot with Alpine so far. Qualified 12th, but he had some help from other grid penalties ahead, so he actually started the race 10th and finished 13th, and I think that's his brightest spot so far, and it's better than any race weekend Jack Doohan had at the beginning of the season with Alpine. So we can already end the discussion of, oh, Jack is better than Franco. Franco is better than Jack Doohan. He's not much better, but he's better. And I know a lot of people are going to be pissed off when I say that, but it's the truth. Stats don't lie. Austria, he qualified 14th, finished 15th. And in the United Kingdom, he bended in Q1. 20th place. He's got a very big day tomorrow, because right now, the qualifying head-to-head is 1-5. Franco is losing by 4 Grand Prix, and the race head-to-head is 2-3. I think right now, if he can somehow salvage a good day tomorrow, and I mean, this is a big hope, because Franco's going to have the race of his career tomorrow. He is starting dead last, and we all know that there's a chance of weather tomorrow. And Pierre set up for the drive. I could see a situation where Alpine decides to go out of part 4 main and have Franco set up with high downforce and just hope and pray for rain. Because if it rains, Franco may be in the good and he may make up a lot of ground. We all know that Pierre Gasly, his race pace is going to lack, especially around the cars he's around, and he's going to fall. So Franco has a chance tomorrow to beat his teammate in a head-to-head battle, which I believe will save him a seat for the Belgian Grand Prix, which is still a stretch, because we all know that Flavio Briatore talked to Mercedes and Toto Wolff about bringing over Valtteri Bottas for the team. And obviously Toto Wolff is not going to stand in the way for Valtteri getting in a ride in F1. But there's something that Valtteri doesn't have that Franco has, and it's funding. And I just don't see Alpine's top executives and also big investors signing off on a Briatore decision of replacing Colapinto. I think that the funding Colapinto brings is going to save him until the summer break, if that makes sense. I think that he's going to have 2 more Grand Prix after this one, a sprint weekend in Spa, to save his career. I think after that, then you make the tough decision. But right now, Franco is just bringing in way too much funding, and this team needs it. And obviously, Bottas will be an upgrade, but at the end of the day, though, Bottas' ceiling is still, I would say, not much higher than it is right now. Franco's, he has a lot of room to grow. So if you're patient, it's a very rewarding long run. But it's going to be very interesting to see what Alpine does here. I just don't see them making any change right away just because of funding and politics. But we shall see. Does Franco get to boot ahead of the Belgian Grand Prix, or does not? I don't think he does, but time will tell. What do you think? Comment down below.